The idea of this work of the urban think tank and the Metro Cable project actually became I would say a project of about 10 years that began from activism, politics, urban politics, and finally design. So we went from research to prototyping, to bringing in technology partners, to actually finally realizing and trying out some of those prototypes, which are the cable car stations.
Y más facilidad de tú trasladarte del barrio para salir a la calle, ¿me entiendes? Por lo menos tú agarras aquí, tú agarras a Parque Central, y tú vas a Parque Central y agarras la camioneta que te lleve para el este, para el oeste, para el norte, para el sur. Tú aquí agarras una camioneta, ¿verdad? Agarras una camioneta que te lleve para el Silencio o para el este. Pero de aquí, por lo menos, en Parque Central, entonces está el centro de todo, por decirlo así, está el metro, está la estación del metro, el metrocable que hicieron aquí en San Agustín también. Y sirve de apoyo para muchos. Mucha gente, por lo menos, que va a cobrar la pensión, muchos viejitos van a cobrar en Parque Central, al metrocable. Mucha gente le ha sacado provecho.
Against the road network, there was a lot of resistance in the community. They realized that about 30% of their houses would either be torn down or affected by a winding road going up that mountain. This is a question of access. And if you talk about access, a variety of possibilities of transportation are opening up.
We latched on to the idea of the car-free city. Actually, the 1960s dream, Moshe Safdie's book, What Do We Do After the Car? We were able to come up with a system to create a prototype station of how to introduce a transport system on a hill.
Here in Caracas, we're looking at this community which is basically pedestrian. From the foot of the mountain, down at the river and the highway, up to the cima of the hill, the top of the hill, we realized there was more necessary than only the metro cable technical system. We needed some social network, creation of some social capital. So the logic next step was to think what sort of program, what sort of activity could be associated with the stations.
By introducing an access system like the metro cable and bringing to the most disadvantaged, the top of the mountain, the top of the hill where we are standing right now, bringing them an access system and then having them walk down, which is a lot easier than actually walking up every day, we were able to make that capital come alive. This hill is now in transformation, a massive transformation, not only after the stations, but each station will have a plug-in social system. It will have vertical gymnasiums, a series of plug-in programs that actually should transform the hill into what we have been calling the project Magic Mountain.
The cable cars allow us to create an access from the underground metro station up into the hills. The combination of transport systems might be the key. We have to think in intelligent transition stations and invent in those transitions programs.
Antes había personas enfermas, ¿verdad? Imagínense, saquen más o menos el cálculo de la distancia a bajar una persona a medianoche con una apendicitis, un dolor o algo, ¿no? Para trasladarlo a un hospital muchas veces podía hasta morir, ¿ves? Ahora, bueno, en la vida nada es predecible. Me estás escuchando, todo puede suceder, pero ahora hay la posibilidad que con el metrocable llega abajo y puede moverse a otra parte, a la Cruz Roja, al clínico y salvar a la persona.
El metrocable se va a pagar, pero 500 bolívares nada más. Y ya las camionetas uno paga 2.000, entonces son 2.000 para bajar, 2.000 para el otro transporte.
¿Cómo lo hacía usted antes? ¿Subía aquí a agarrar una camioneta?
Sí, una camioneta.
Ajá, en el único punto que había ahí de camionetas.
Sí, agarramos una que si vamos por lo menos para el centro, teníamos que agarrar otro. Entonces ahora bajamos hasta, podemos hasta Parque Central.
Con un solo viaje.
Sí, más fácil se nos hace el transporte.
Bueno, sí, están remodelando las casas por las partes de afuera, montando los techos nuevos, flisando, pintando. Y el metrocable, bueno, nos ha ayudado en el sentido de que nos evita la subidera y la bajadera tanto de escaleras como antes.
The cable car is an incredibly useful tool. But it's not about the infrastructure itself only. It's not about that line or those hotspots or those hubs, let's say. The cable car really needs a layered system, a scaled system that goes from the top-down infrastructure to the bottom-up, let's say, grassroots community development. It is actually in the integration of those two parts that the whole system makes sense. The informal hill of San Agustín is being transformed or formalized. Now, the important thing here is that it does not lose its qualities, and it remains an experiment of a new type of city. So therefore, it would not be appropriate if after the cable car came in, the whole city became taxed, formalized, plugged into water systems, gray water, electricity, and actually just became an extension of the formal city. What it has to become is a new type of city, an experimental zone to show the formal city how things can be done differently and off the grid.